It could be a sad song and the people on stage are like, da 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 da, stuff like that. But it's not this level of sad. Alright, today I'm checking out a Playing for Change song. They're doing Biko by Peter Gabriel. Let's get into it. It's better to die for an idea that will live than to live for an idea that will die. Steve Biko.
September 77, Port Elizabeth, weather fine. It was business as usual in police room 619. Oh, Biko, Biko, because Biko. Oh, Biko, Biko, because Biko. The man is dead. The man is dead. When I try to sleep at night, I can only dream in red. The outside world is black and white with only one color dead. Oh, Biko, Biko, because Biko. Oh, Biko, Biko, because Biko.
Man, I think I've actually heard of Steve Biko before. Isn't he? Well, actually, I don't know. Sounds like from the song that he got killed, but he was something to do with civil rights in another country. And I don't know. That's about all. I feel I just heard the name back in the day, maybe like 2015, 2016. I've come across the name before on social media. It was some kind of like fighting racism, oppression, maybe apartheid, something like that. And so I'm guessing this song is a tribute to him. And maybe that's why, maybe he's in South Africa or something. That's when they started it off in South Africa. I was wondering if they were going to do that intro, like the intro to the original song that we just listened to. I'm like, are they going to do that on the Playing for Change? Of course. Of course. They like nail everything. I wonder what their budget is. Like the production value is so good. Of course, they're not going to miss it. But this is shorter than the version we had put on though. So maybe there's some kind of differences in there. look him up. Man, I gotta look up who Steve Biko is. I'm telling you, I've heard of him, and it was back in the day when Lex and I were in this Pan-African rabbit hole, you know what I mean, doing all kind of research and stuff. I gotta see this. Steve Biko. Steve Biko, can we get like a quick synopsis? Bantu Stephen Biko is a South African anti-apartheid activist, ideologically an African nationalist and African socialist. He was at the forefront of a grassroots anti-apartheid campaign known as the Black Consciousness Movement during the late 1960s, 1970s, and then based on the song, I'm guessing he got killed. Why was Steve Biko so important? An activist who pioneered the philosophy of Black consciousness. Okay, so that makes sense why if we fell down a Pan-African rabbit hole, we would have heard of Steve Biko. In the late 1960s, he later founded the South African Student Organization in 1968 in an effort to represent the interests of black students in the university. Did he get killed? The song was talking about he got killed. Steve Biko killed September 12th, 1977. What actually happened? Oh, he died the next day. Okay, the next day. He and fellow activists were seized at a roadblock and jailed in Port Elizabeth. Biko was found naked and shackled outside the hospital in Pretoria. Died the next day with massive brain hemorrhage. Okay, so they captured or arrested him or whatever, and then they basically killed him. Because he died of brain bleeding. Tortured to death. Dang, that is crazy. Now that makes sense. That makes sense because when I'm watching this music video and I'm just looking at everybody's facial expressions and all that, they just seem so like moved in a way, like it was very serious, like they're paying tribute, paying homage, or so, you know what I'm saying? It was like very emotionally moving, like everyone's face, and I was serious. Even the drummers, they were like, you know, they weren't like having fun drumming. A lot of times you watch, it could be a sad song. It could be a sad song, and the people on stage, they're like, da 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 da, stuff like that. But it's not this level of sad. I mean, this man, I guess you could say it was a political persecution. I don't know, something like that. And so I feel like it was a little bit more on the somber side because of that. Because we've even done songs and people talking about killing people and stuff, and they're not that sad, but I think those are more fairy tale songs, and this one's a true story. That makes sense, even with the original version, the sound of it. It's not one of those songs with sad lyrics, happy sound. No, it's sad through and through. It's like a very emotional sound.
I don't know. Tell me, man, what do you know? What do you know? Me and my boys on the road. We to go. She told me, boy, you to go. Like, I don't know. But I don't know.